This makeup routine is not for everyone. If you love full glam, 10-step routines, this probably isn't for you. But if your makeup ever feels heavy, flat, or like it's just sitting on your skin, then this might be exactly what you've been missing. Because everything I'm building with Candy Glow is designed for a very specific type of person. And in this video, I want to explain exactly who that is. One thing I've started to notice about the beauty industry is that everything is centered around more products, more steps, more options. And for a long time, I thought that that's what I needed too. But what I realized is more isn't always better. And more makeup definitely isn't for everyone because not every routine works for every person. Some people don't want a full face of makeup every day. Some people don't have that time. And honestly, some people just want something simple that works. But when you're constantly being shown new products, new routines, new trends, it can start to feel like you're supposed to try everything. And that's where things get confusing because not every product works well together. Not every routine makes sense for your skin. And trying to figure that out on your own can get really expensive really fast. You end up buying product after product, trying to piece together something that works and still feeling like your makeup never quite looks the way you want it to. And of course, brands want you to try more. That's how the industry is built. But what I've learned, especially building my own brand, is that trying to appeal to everyone usually means helping no one. And that's where I started to shift how I think about everything. And once I started paying attention to that, I began to notice the same pattern over and over again, not just in the industry, but in real life. And even in the content I was seeing and creating, I kept seeing makeup that looked heavy, patchy, flat, or like it was just sitting on top of the skin instead of blending into it. And the interesting part is, most of the time, it wasn't because people were using bad products. It was how everything was being used together. Too many layers, too many products, things that didn't actually work well with each other. And I've been there too, trying different routines, buying new products, thinking maybe I just need one more thing to make it all come together. But instead of improving the result, I just made everything feel more complicated. And that's when I started to realize the issue wasn't that people needed better makeup, it was that they needed a better approach. Because when your routine isn't working, it starts to feel like you're the problem, when really it's just the way everything is being put together. And once I understood that, it completely changed how I started thinking about makeup and the kind of brand I wanted to build. And once I understood that, I got really clear on who this actually is for. Because this approach and everything I'm building with Candy Glow isn't meant to work for everyone. It's meant to work really well for a specific type of person. It's for the person who wants their makeup to look like skin, not like layers of product. The person who looks in the mirror and thinks, why doesn't my makeup ever look as natural as I want it to? It's for someone who feels overwhelmed by having too many options, too many steps, too many products, and just wants something simple that makes sense. It's also for the person who doesn't have 20 or 30 minutes to sit and do their makeup every day, but still wants to feel put together. Someone who wants a routine that fits into their life, not something that they have to plan their whole day around. And honestly, it's for that person who has tried different products, different routines, different trends, and still feels like something is missing no matter what they try. It just doesn't come together the way they expect it to. If any part of that sounds familiar, then this approach and this brand was built with you in mind. Not to give you more to figure out, but to take some of that pressure away. But just as important as who this is who it's not for, because this approach isn't meant to replace everything in the beauty world. It's just a different way of doing things. So if you love a full glam routine, a lot of coverage, layering multiple products, this probably isn't going to be your style. If you enjoy taking your time, doing a more detailed look, and experimenting with a lot of different products, this isn't built for that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not what I'm trying to create here. I'm also not trying to build something that requires a lot of steps, a lot of maintenance, or a lot of decision making every time you sit down to do your makeup. Because for me, the goal isn't to add more. It's to simplify what's already there. So if you're someone who prefers a more minimal approach, something quicker, something that feels more like your skin, then this will probably make sense to you. But if you enjoy the process of doing full glam routines and that's something you love, then this just might not be the right fit, and that's completely okay. Because I'd rather be really clear about who this is for than try to make it work for everyone. And once I got cleared on who this is actually for, it started to change how I think about everything in the brand, not just content, but the products, the routine, and what I choose to create next. Because instead of asking, what else can I add? I started asking, what actually helps this person? And that's really where Founder Glow Essentials came from. It's not just a bundle of products, it's a routine that's meant to work together without overthinking it. Every product has a role, every step has a purpose. Nothing is just there just to fill space. And that's important to me because I think a lot of people feel like they need more, when really they just need something that works. So even when I'm testing new products or thinking about what comes next, I'm not trying to expand for the sake of expanding. I'm thinking about, does this simplify the routine? Does this improve the result? Does this actually make things easier? If the answer is no, then it doesn't make it in. Because at the end of the day, every decision I'm making is based on serving that person better, not making more products. And I think that's what's going to make this brand feel different. And I think that's really what I'm building this brand around. Not more products, not more steps, not more things to figure out, but something that just makes sense. Something that works with you, not something you have to work around. Because at the end of the day, makeup shouldn't feel confusing or overwhelming or like you're constantly trying to fix it. It should feel simple, it should feel natural, it should feel like you. And that's really the direction I'm going in with everything I'm creating. So if you've been feeling like your routine just isn't working the way you want it to, or like you're doing everything right, but it still doesn't come together, there's a good chance it's not you. It might just be the approach. And that's exactly what I'm continuing to refine as I build this. So if you want to see how this evolves and what I create next, you can follow along here.